off now and back to getting games going. So just kind of go through what the team's been doing, and it's bye week and how y'all are ready for Northwestern.
Well, I think the bye week, first of all, came at a really good time for us. Obviously, we've been a little bit banged up. AJ hurt his ankle at the end of the game and couldn't really play towards the end. And so I think, just trying to get away for a little bit. We came back, we met on Sunday, did academics. We lifted on Monday. Tuesday we lifted and did skill, and then got back into a rhythm, yesterday and today. I think it was really good for us, but we obviously, we know the task at hand. It's a 7-game season. It comes down to the next couple weeks, and we haven't played really well the last 10 days or so, but I think that we had a really good practice yesterday. I anticipate another good one today, and obviously got to go on the road and play a really hot Northwestern State team right now.
What have you focused on in the last, day or two, just at practice from a scheme standpoint?
I think the biggest thing we've tried to work on is just, mentally understanding, how to win basketball games. And, there was probably 5 or 6 plays in the Central Art game that if one of those plays are made or isn't made, we probably get the win. But just, understanding how to win games going down the stretch. I think we've obviously spent a lot of time on transition defense, a lot of time on, getting back to moving the ball and letting the ball not stick. But schematically, I would say those are 2 things, David, that we've worked on the most.
What's really been the mood of the team, Coach? Because obviously you guys won a heck of a streak and now have kind of been in a bit of a slump the last few weeks, last few games, I guess. Just what's really been the mood of the team as of late?
They've been good. I mean, disappointed, obviously. It was like I told them, it's college basketball, and you can turn on the TV, every night and see, see teams you go, wow, scratch your head, and but I think that another thing I've really tried to talk to them about is our starts. The game against Lamar, the game against Central Arc, our starts have not been very good. We have to get out of the gate better. We have to start better. But our mood's been good. Our guys are positive. At the end of the day, we're still the same team that won 7 in a row. And if you would have told me when we were 0-3 if we'd be 7-6, I would have taken it. So. We obviously got, this is the heart of the season, and it's the last third of the year, basically. So we need to play well. We need to get healthy and get ready for the stretch run.
How you mentioned AJ? How is he? Will he be fine to go on Saturday?
We'll see. I mean, he's been hobbled around a little bit on his ankle, but he's he's spending a lot of hours in the training room trying to get ready to go. But he's a tough kid, and but we'll make that decision around game time.
And I see, I saw that Leandre's back. Obviously dealing with a tough personal matter, but is he physically? Will he be able to go for you on Saturday?
For sure. Leandre, went through a really, really tough time with his, in his personal life, with his family. The mental health of student athletes is my number one concern, let alone their physical health as well. And I knew Leandre needed some time away and some time to, really reflect and deal with the issues he was dealing with. But he's back now. Came back. He's in a really good frame of mind, and we're looking forward to having him for the stretch run.
Will he be limited in any way, minute-wise, if you do seem to use him?
No. Well, I mean, he's healthy, and and I think that he's glad to be back and kind of getting back into a normal routine and back with his teammates and those things. So, and we're looking forward to having him on the roster and back, in uniform, so, ready to go.
To continue with Leandre, just how big is it to have him back? Just as far as getting another point guard option, just to kind of, at his best, he's he can control the offense and everything. So just how nice is it just to on court have a third option at point guard?
Well, it's great. I think the biggest thing, David, is actually having another body in practice. But Leandre is a good player, and we're excited to have him back, and glad he was able to take care of the things he needed to take care of.
You mentioned Northwestern State. This is a team that's kind of started to build a streak of their own and really fighting for pretty much the same spot that you are. So what are some of the things that they do well that you guys might need to focus on going into this game Saturday?
They're playing really well. I think Coach McConaughey his team is peaking at the right time. They're putting 2 or 3 shooters on the floor. They're not going quite as big as they were before, but they're really skilled. They do a great job in transition offense, which has been our Achilles heel, especially on misses and makes. They really push the ball. They play out of the middle third a lot. And defensively, I think that they've made the most strides from last year to this year as anyone in the conference. I think they're doing a really good job defensively. So it'll be another obviously tough game, February road game. So they're all going to be hard and tough. But I know our guys are looking forward to getting back and getting out of practice and playing games.
When you guys are on offense, it seems like the thing that teams want to do, you're going to face guard Drew, so that kind of makes it a 4-on-4 game. And then if the ball goes into Sham in the post, they'll kind of double, so it kind of ends up being like a 3-on-2 in certain times. Have you guys been able to scheme on how to deal with that, like when it happens more in games, like when you guys have been practicing this week?
For sure. I think that we've looked obviously at, putting a couple wrinkles in offensively, to take advantage of what teams are doing, especially to Drew and to Sham. But, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to, and I told our team this, it comes down to how we start games. When you look at the Lamar game, the Central Arc game, how we started those games was atrocious. But then when you look throughout the game, both of them, in Central Arc, for example, there were 5 or 6 plays that, how many breakaway layups is Sham going to miss? How many, wide open threes is Drew going to miss? You know what I mean? So, we had some plays that we just weren't able to capitalize on. I think AJ being hurt, I think towards the end of the game, we've really had a rhythm with him when we went small. Him getting hurt obviously didn't help us, but I give all the credit to Central Arc, but not all is lost. We got a good team. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We'll have a couple of wrinkles here and there, but it's about us and our mentality and coming out and doing what we're supposed to do.
You look at the conference right now, and I knew what it was before yesterday's games, but right now it seems like maybe 3.5, 4 games separate second place through 10th. So it's like any winning streak can possibly get you into the second or third spot. A losing streak could probably knock you out into like 9th or 10th. But first off, just what do you think of the craziness of the conference, and how do you kind of express that to the team to make sure, like, look, we really can't afford many more slip-ups?
They look at the standings just like, coaches. I think they recognize those things. I think the league is really good. I think the league has gotten a lot better since before I got here, but in the last 2 years, I think the bottom of the league is, the top of the league is shrunk here. I think Stephen F. obviously is having an unbelievable year, but I think everyone else, you said it, I think, 2 through 10, flip a coin on any given night of who can win. So, it's a good league. It's one that you got to be ready to play. It's a different league as far as style of play and how things are done in this league. So, I think that we've adjusted a little bit more to that. But, it's going to come down probably to the last weekend or last game to figure out, who's what and who's where. So, it's what makes it exciting. But, all we can concentrate on is day by day and trust the process. And when we're in our winning streak, that's what we were doing. And like I said before, we just got to get back to, understanding what it is that makes us good. We're the same team that won 7 games in a row and 3 road games in a row. So we just got to come out and kind of dust ourselves off, refocus, and get back to doing what we do.
Good. All right.